Are there any formula for novels of suspense? Things that have to be in the novel?
Well, with a classical detective story, indeed, yes, there are.
Could you tell me?
Well, it's,
I think it's
what you expect, you see. You do expect a
crime.
central mysterious death.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, presumably, a mystery about a fraud or a theft, but somehow it wouldn't sort of pack the same emotional punch. I mean, murder is still the unique crime,
Yeah.
so it tends to be a mysterious murder.
Yeah.
Then you have a detective who comes in to solve it. You have a circle of suspects who could
There
have
must be a
committed it.
detective. It's
There
part-
must be a detective, not necessarily in a crime novel. I mean, you can have a crime novel by Graham Greene. You would know who committed the crime.
Yeah.
You don't need a detective. You don't need clues.
That's
But in
different, yeah.
what the Americans call the mysteries, and although I don't much like the term, it's a very accurate one. There has to be the mystery, and the mystery has to be solved. And therefore, there has to be a detective. And at the end of the book, there must be a logical solution that the reader will feel, yes, I believe that.
Yeah.
Given, if we're talking of the murder,
Yeah.
given that man or woman, given that temptation, given that background, given that moment, given that compulsion, that's why he or she did it, and it could have happened in no
It's
other way.
logical.
Has to be there. It's a very rational, logical form. Yes.
I see. But in the middle, what has to happen? You have to.
The middle's very difficult. The trouble with a great many detective stories, they're
Yeah.
like puddings, and the middle flops down, and there are
Yes.
long, boring sequences where
Yeah,
the detective is
it's
asking
true.
questions. You have to devise a technique, and I do it by seeing the action through different eyes, so that you try to avoid that. It's a very artificial form of
writing,
novel
always,
writing.
yes.
And really, as Malcolm says, what's intriguing is to see how authors can use it, but
Do you
to
think-
enlarge it or change it or stand it on its head.
Do
Make
you
something
think?
different.
I think I read it. I'm not sure because I read many articles about you these days. I think you said anybody can be a murderer in a certain situation. Me, you, everyone. How can?
Well, I don't think I said that because I don't believe that, but I believe everybody can commit homicide. In English law, I'm sure in law here, there is a difference between premeditated killing
Yes, of course.
and, you know, the great rush of blood to the head, the
Yes, it
irritation.
is, yeah.
I think we can all do that. I'm sure we can all kill to protect ourselves or those we love. And we can all kill in self-defense, absolutely. I'm sure we all would. I'm sure
But that is
I
not
would.
the plot of a
I know
mystery
I
novel,
would,
huh?
but I don't honestly think that all of us are capable of deliberately planning to get rid of someone to advantage ourselves. I don't believe
Thanks
that.
God.
I hope not.
I hope not. Really.
I do see a difference.
Do many people write you about your plots? They say, "Oh, I think the murderer couldn't do that," or something. Many people write you about it.
A great many people write to me,
Yeah.
and my readers have got very keen eyesight. So if they see small errors, they're very quick to point them out. And the difficulty is, however carefully you research a book, little errors creep in because there are things you fondly imagined you knew.
Yes.
And in one of them, not this one, the one before, I have a traveller going from London to Nottingham. And she
Which one?
should-
What's the
she-
name of the novel? So,
This is called A Taste for Death.
yes.
And this elderly lady is travelling from London to Nottingham, and she should go from a terminus called St Pancras, and I make her go from King's Cross. And I got two charming letters, both from ladies. One said, "How I agree with Miss Wharton. I too hate St Pancras Station and never use it when I can avoid it." And the other wrote really plaintively, "Why did Miss Wharton travel to Nottingham from King's Cross? She would have had to change at Bedford and Loughborough and taken 2 more hours on the journey." But usually they just write and say, you know, "Dear Miss James, page 149, line 6, NB error."